Rusty rocks that formed on the ocean floor have provided new evidence that life on Earth had already begun filling the atmosphere with oxygen 3.2 billion years ago. The study is the earliest evidence that photosynthetic organisms were thriving on the Earth a little over a billion years after the planet first formed. Previously, researchers believed that oxygen on Earth was relatively rare until an event known as the Great Oxygenation, when levels of the gas soared around 2.4 to 2.2 billion years ago. Professor Clark Johnson, a geoscientist at the University of Wisconsin-Madison who led the study, said, "Rock from 3.4 billion years ago showed that the ocean contained basically no free oxygen. Recent work has shown a small rise in oxygen at 3 billion years. The rocks we studied are 3.23 billion years old and quite well preserved, and we believe they show definite signs for oxygen in the oceans much earlier than previous discoveries." The rock samples being studied were from the Barberton Greenstone Belt found in a region of eastern South Africa from a single drill core. Did life first emerge from poison? Life on Earth may have been started by a series of chemical reactions triggered by two simple but poisonous compounds that were plentiful on our planet 4 billion years ago. Chemists claim they may have finally solved the riddle of how life first got going on Earth. They have found it is possible to create the three main molecular building blocks of life: DNA, proteins, and lipids, from hydrogen cyanide, hydrogen sulfide, and ultraviolet light. Their findings suggest that the basic components for biological cells could have all occurred simultaneously in primordial ponds and streams, coming together to form the first cells. This suggests that life may well have first emerged here on Earth, out of a toxic soup of poisonous gas, rather than being carried to our planet by a comet or meteorite from outer space. But the researchers behind the new study say that meteorite impacts probably still played a key role in giving life a first leg up on the ladder towards existence. They claim that meteorite impacts around 4 billion years ago, known as the Late Heavy Bombardment, could have carried with them carbon-rich material that reacted with nitrogen in the air to produce an abundance of hydrogen cyanide. This poisonous gas could then have dissolved in water and undergone a series of chemical reactions, along with hydrogen sulfide, driven by ultraviolet light.